Well, good afternoon. Another nutcase has went off and done a couple of horrible things. If you haven't heard in the news, about 3 days ago, this beautiful couple here, Mr. 30-year-old Yaron Lischinsky and the beautiful 26-year-old Sarah Milgram, may they both rest in peace. They were shot by a scumbag 3 days ago, and it's always unfortunate when anyone passes away, but when such a young, beautiful couple gets shot, they were at I think the Jewish Museum in D.C. And I'm not going to mention that scumbag's name, but he was talking about he shot them over the Israeli Gaza conflict. And see, the thing that gets me is these so-called peaceniks that preach love and peace and anti-racism, this, that, and the other. They're the biggest, largest bigots that exist. These type of liberals are the worst. They think all black people are incompetent babies that need their help, and most of all, they're basically close to being Nazis because they're all anti-Israel. They're anti-Jewish. They go out and commit these crimes. They wear the peacenik stuff and the pro-gay stuff and all this garbage, and then they go out and do things like this. And they protest against the Israelis, defending themselves against horrific people that want to wipe them off the face of the planet. It's really sickening because there is no other race on this earth that has suffered more than the Jewish people. Yes, us Black Americans, our ancestors, not us, our ancestors and predecessors, they suffered through slavery and segregation and stuff like that. But the Jewish people, they suffered more. They went through slavery, they went through segregation, they went through multiple genocides, not just one, multiple. When the Black Plague kicked off, guess who got blamed for it? And guess who were victims of attempted genocide because of it? The Jews. They were the first ones to be blamed for the plague. Rumors started spreading that they were poisoning well water and all this and that. So thousands and thousands and thousands of Jews got burned alive, all because of some rumor from some piece of shit spreading the rumor about them poisoning water, which was ridiculous. Yeah, yeah. And then we all know about the Holocaust that happened to them during World War II. And now, again, they're suffering. They've done nothing but try to live in peace with people. See, a lot of these young folks don't know. They think that this wall, the fence line that the Israelis built was because of apartheid and stuff like. No, it's self-defense. They don't realize that I was alive. I remember all these Palestinians and stuff walking into Israel, getting on city buses and blowing themselves up. It was the last resort. The Israelis are peaceful people and have done nothing but try to live in peace with others. And now we got all these losers out here in the United States and Europe and all over the world protesting against the Israeli people, who are simply trying to defend themselves and get their people back home. That's all they're doing. They want to live in peace. They want to prosper, and that's it. That's all they ever wanted to do. And sometimes I call them my brothers and sisters in suffering because, like I said, they've been through slavery multiple occasions. They've been through multiple genocide attempts. And now today we got some asshole here that went to D.C. and shot this young beautiful couple over something he don't even understand, don't even have a clue about. My heart bleeds for the Jewish people. It really does. When are these people going to be able to live in peace? You know, all the knuckle dragging bigots tell people to go back to their home. These people went back to their homeland and they still can't get peace. Still to this day, it's a shame. That's why I'm not going to mention this scumbag names. I've mentioned these two folks' names because they were killed for nothing, just for being who they are. But one thing, I am proud that I'm an American, and I'm proud and happy that we support the Israelis and the Jewish people 2,000%, which we should, which the world should. We owe these people that much. Yes, we do. The human race owes. You know, they don't ask for anything. They just ask for living in peace, and they can't even have that. You know, you go look up the details of October 7th. It'll break your heart. It will break your heart. Babies being what they did to the babies, and it's just horrible what these people have gone through. They can't have a moment's peace. And then these knuckleheads, these idiots talking about accusing the Israeli people of genocide. They're dumb. They're in college. They don't even know what genocide means. They need to look it up. Ask the Armenians and the Jewish people, what does genocide mean? They can tell you what genocide means. They have went through genocide. Genocide is when you try to wipe out an entire group of people. And the Israelis have been nothing but kind since this whole October 7th stuff started. They've given these people food, water, and before that, they were giving the people food, water, electricity, jobs, and everything. And then even after this attack, they've done nothing but be kind to these people, how they try to get their people back. So all you idiots out there, before you start waving flags and accusing people of genocide and all this crap, study history. Actually sit down, read a freaking book and study history and learn the truth. Because you are the worst. You are the worst bigots. You liberals make me sick. And these people, these two people here suffer because of it. We need to stand behind the Israeli people. If you truly hate racism and bigotry and all that stuff, if you really truly hate that stuff, you need to stand with the Israeli people. And you need to make sure that the scumbag that did this suffers to the full extent. I hope they put that piece of crap to sleep. I hope they do it fast. I hope they don't give him an extended amount of time. I hope they make an example of him. He deserves it. And to the family of these two people, I am truly, truly sorry. And that goes out, my heart goes out to the Lischinsky family and the Pilgrim family. I'm sorry for your loss. Young, beautiful people, just for being Jewish. I hope one day the Jewish people, the Israeli people, don't have to suffer anymore because it breaks my heart to see all these people out here hating these folks. And if you actually go to Israel, they're the most accepting, welcoming people on the planet. They even have a group of people that live in Israel. They say Israel doesn't belong to the Israelis. And they let these people live there, live in peace. That's all they want, live in peace and prosper. And they can't even do it. So all you ignorant college students sit down instead of protesting for something you don't even have no clue about. Go to the library, read a freaking book, and look up history. And you better pray that every time Israel goes to war, that they win because they are a wall for letting loonies come out and just do all kinds of damage all over the globe. These are our true friends. Like I said, as for me, I consider the Israelis, the Jewish people, brothers and sisters in suffering. You know, and the worst are the Black Americans because, like I said, these people have been slaves. They were slaves long before the transatlantic slave trade was even considered. These people were segregated against long before we were. They have been victims where their whole entire people were wiped out. Can you imagine COVID? Let's go back to COVID. Can you imagine people coming and saying that black people are poisoning the water and let's wipe them out because they're the ones causing COVID. But that's what happened to the Jewish people, but it wasn't COVID, it was the plague. Yes, look it up. It's the truth. Like I said, centuries and centuries and centuries of suffering. These people, and they don't want anything but to live in peace and prosper. I'll go keep going on, but I'm going to stop there for now. But again, my heart goes out to the family of these two beautiful young people. And like I said, I hope they put that piece of crap to sleep quick and give him no mercy. I'll see you all next time. Take care.